one hand. He came in the corner at the 6th round and said, my hand is hurting. And if you look at the tape, I said, man, I don't want to hear that. Fight through it.
That looked like a submission. You hear me?
Check this
out.
Cal, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Tank don't with Coach Cal. When Tank was walking up, it looked like Coach Cal was about to give him that hug like you always do, and Tank just brushed him off like they hit. Whoop, excuse me. Out of here now.
During the highly anticipated Lamont-Roach fight, tensions boiled over when Coach Calvin Ford erupted over Gervonta Davis's on-air arguing. Known for his disciplined approach, Ford's outburst shocked the boxing community, leading fans and pundits scrambling to understand the heated exchange.
All the people that say I be spreading false narratives and I don't know what I'm talking about, Tank don't Coach Calvin. You can see it. Look, check it out.
Cal, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
And then, look, Tank lost it. He totally lost it.
For years, Calvin Ford has been instrumental in Gervonta Davis's rise in boxing. His guidance, alongside longtime associate Kenny Ellis, formed the foundation of Davis's training regimen. Their partnership was often likened to legendary boxer-trainer duos, symbolizing both technical expertise and unwavering loyalty. So when an unexpected argument erupted during the Roach fight, it wasn't just a tactical disagreement. It was a deeply personal moment that tested the strength of their long-established bond.
Now it seems like Coach Cal on point, so you're not paying Tank no mind. And Tank over here, he go to this nigga. Now watch this he do. He gonna lift his jacket up and like, our conversation is a secret. I don't want him to hear it. Type. Like, yo, what's up with Coach Cal and Tank? They really don't with each other? Like, what? And he brush him off again. Like, don't touch me type. Like, you see that?
According to multiple sources and leaked audio clips circulating on social media, the incident occurred amid the intense atmosphere of the fight. As Davis appeared to vent or question decisions mid-action, Ford lost his composure. His reaction was raw, a mix of disbelief and frustration, as he reprimanded Davis for what he perceived as a lapse in focus and discipline. While the exact words remain a topic of debate, the consensus is that Ford's remarks were harsh, underscoring his firm belief that a true champion must maintain composure and discipline, even in the heat of battle.
How he telling the person that taught him how to box who he should be listening to? Tank done lost it. The money, all that went to his head. Twitter done went to his head. He lost it. He's gone, bro. I'm telling you.
Cal, you guys calm down. Listen to me.
Hey, come on now.
Clips of Calvin Ford's tirade have gone viral, dividing fans into two camps: those who praise his no-nonsense approach and others who empathize with the immense pressure Davis faces in high-stakes bouts. Analysts argue that such moments, though controversial, reveal the raw intensity of the sport. Some see Ford's actions as a necessary wake-up call, while others worry it might disrupt the harmony within Davis's corner. In follow-up interviews, Ford clarified that his decision to step back for the Roach fight wasn't a permanent split. Instead, he hinted at a temporary shift in roles, emphasizing that the core training structure remained unchanged and that Davis was still part of his broader family. "I got Calvin tattooed on me. Calvin ain't going nowhere. Calvin is Pops. He ain't going anywhere," Gervonta Davis said 6 weeks before the Lamont-Roach fight. However, to the surprise of many, Ford wasn't in Davis's corner that night, and the 30-year-old may have paid the price with the first non-victory of his career, though Tank expected Ford to be there on March 1. The seasoned coach had his own reasons for stepping away. For years, fans had grown accustomed to the familiar duo of Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, a partnership as iconic as Mike Tyson and Cus D'Amato. In more recent times, it mirrored the dynamic between Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Reynoso, or even the legendary Pacquiao-Roach connection. The trio of Gervonta Davis, Calvin Ford, and Kenny Ellis had become a fixture in the fight game, a bond fans relied on. So when Barry Hunter stepped into Davis's corner, it wasn't the sight they had expected or wanted. The reason behind the shakeup remains a mystery. However, in a conversation with Fight Hub TV, Ford offered some insight. Davis headlined his second PBC Amazon Prime Video pay-per-view event, and beyond the main attraction, the Barclays Center hosted a stacked lineup of electrifying bouts, including 2 thrilling light welterweight title showdowns. Ford stated, I'm still part of it, just from a different perspective. Like many others, he was eager to witness an intense showdown and see how Davis's training manifested in the ring. With Tank hailing from Baltimore and Roach representing DC, Ford recalled their frequent sparring sessions at the gym. He had always admired Roach's relentless work ethic and saw this as a major opportunity for him. Perhaps the narrative people are spinning isn't quite what it seems. "We ain't change up anything," Ford insisted, saying he had only stepped back while maintaining that the foundation of their training remained unchanged. The reporter carefully clarified that there was no suggestion of a rift or fallout between Ford and Davis. Their question simply inquired whether this brief separation had strengthened their connection, much like how time apart can deepen appreciation between family members when they reunite. "No, he came to see me, dead slow down and worrying about you, because boom, he knows that I spend time with my amateurs," Ford explained. "You both know me very well. I spend time with my amateurs all the time. That's my piece." Although Ford wasn't personally overseeing Tank's training, just knowing his whereabouts and that he was actively working gave him reassurance. He realized that time apart from Davis had given them both a deeper appreciation for their connection. When Ford stepped back into the gym, he could see it in the lightweight champion's eyes. He had been missed just as much as he had missed him. Barry Hunter also provided a similar sense of reassurance. "Calvin will be there. Coach Barry will be there. Coach Boovie will be there. And Kenny will be there as well," he said in an interview. Although Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis weren't in Tank's corner for this fight, Hunter emphasized that Davis still had the support of other coaches, downplaying the significance of the change. He pointed out that this wasn't the first time adjustments had been made to Tank's corner. Hunter had been connected to Davis since his early amateur days, making him no stranger to the team. Like Ford, he acknowledged how the internet is often a breeding ground for misinformation, with people quick to assume without understanding the full picture. Hunter reinforced that to him. Tank is more than just a team. It's family. Therefore, supporters can be confident that this appears to be a brief change that may revert to its previous structure when Gervonta Davis returns in a few months. However, this explosive episode serves as a reminder that even the most successful teams are not immune to internal friction. For Davis, the incident could prompt a period of introspection, ensuring that passion in the ring doesn't spill over in a way that compromises performance. For Ford, it's an opportunity to reassert his authority and commitment to the discipline that has driven his fighter's success. In the intense realm of professional boxing, moments like these are as unpredictable as they are inevitable. Calvin Ford's fiery response isn't just about a single incident. It underscores the high stakes and razor-thin margins that separate victory from defeat. Whether this will lead to long-term changes in Davis' approach or simply be a minor bump in an otherwise storied career remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: the passion, loyalty, and occasional volatility behind the scenes continue to fuel the drama that makes boxing one of the world's most riveting sports.
Roger never got trainer of the year when Floyd was fighter of the year.
Yeah.
His dad never got trainer of the year. So, I've been openly expressing that. And I think it's time that Calvin gets his just due.
Yeah.
During his battle with Lionel Roach, Gervonta Davis took a knee, but the referee did not declare it a knockdown, allowing Davis's team to use a towel to wipe his eyes. The bout ended in a majority draw, with two judges scoring at 114 to 114, and the third narrowly favoring Davis at 115 to 113. However, a single knockdown by Roach could have tipped the scales in his favor, securing him the victory if everything else had played out the same way. The New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, relied on the referee's in-ring judgment, citing a technical issue that prevented them from using a replay within the allotted time for review. Davis claimed he voluntarily took a knee because oil from his hair was dripping into his eyes. While the commission did not mention the possibility of overturning the outcome, it stated that it aims to ensure such technical issues do not occur again, preventing delays in ringside instant replay feeds. Davis retained his WBA lightweight title after the hard-fought draw, but the result immediately sparked demands for a rematch against WBA super featherweight champion Roach, the underdog who had defied expectations from the opening bell. Roach representatives have since issued a legal notice to the NYSAC, demanding that his majority draw against Davis be overturned. Roach's attorney, Greg Smith, formally petitioned the NYSAC, urging them to declare his client the rightful winner. The letter contends that a knockdown should have been acknowledged and further argues that Davis risked disqualification when his trainer, Calvin Ford, stepped onto the ring apron and wiped his fighter's face just moments after he took a knee. Dan Rafael of Fight Freaks Unite was the first to break the story, revealing that the legal petition claims Davis' actions, turning away mid-round, walking to his corner, and partially exiting the ring, were a clear indication that he had retired or quit the match. The letter further states, Mr. Roach is confident that the commission will agree with the millions who have seen the fight and determine that Mr. Roach is the true winner of the bout, either via TKO due to Mr. Davis removing himself from the fight, by disqualification for carrying an illegal irritant into the ring, or via decision after scores are adjusted to reflect the knockdown. The ring confirmed on Sunday that WBA President Gilberto Mendoza intends to push for a rematch between Davis and Roach. Both fighters have already expressed their eagerness on social media, making it clear they are ready for a second showdown. Following the fight, a representative from Team Davis reportedly reached out to Top Rank to explore a potential showdown with Vasily Lomachenko later this year. However, given the growing controversy and public demand, all signs point to Roach securing a lucrative rematch before any other developments unfold.
You know something funny? When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper. But I damn sure thought I had it. Especially when they announced the score for him. I was like, oh, they gonna give me a split decision win. I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh here it go. But as soon as I heard that 114, I was just like, damn, all right, it's over with. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. I ain't gonna lie. Like it's okay. We gonna run it back.
The allegations surrounding the controversial fight are far from the end of the narrative. According to a formal letter, Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis' trainer, allegedly violated the rules by wiping Davis' face, an action that could have led to disqualification. Roach's attorney contends that if referee Steve Willis had properly ruled the knockdown, Roach would have secured victory by decision. Whether this argument will persuade the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, to overturn the fight's outcome remains uncertain. Both fighters have expressed interest in a rematch, but the timing remains unclear. However, the bigger question is how others in the boxing world perceive Davis's controversial knee. Davis and George Kambosos Jr. have frequently exchanged heated words on social media, making it evident that their rivalry is personal. When Davis's latest fight ended in controversy, Kambosos wasted no time weighing in. Ouch, there goes the perfect record. That was a knockdown that ultimately made the difference, Kambosos stated. He clarified that, in his opinion, the knee should have been ruled a knockdown and had a major impact on the fight. He further taunted Davis, saying, "The dwarf had to go at me for my losses to Haney and Loma. Time to look at yourself, wonky tanky. Great work, Roach. Respect. Tanky, the jig is up. It seems Davis just can't catch a break. Whether the appeal changes anything remains uncertain, but if it does, his career could face a serious setback." The decision has sparked outrage across the boxing world, with fans and analysts alike voicing strong opposition to the referee's call. The backlash has been so intense that the NYSAC is now actively re-examining the ruling. Meanwhile, Lamont Roach appears unfazed, confident that the final verdict will swing in his favor. On Monday, Roach took to X to share an update on the NYSAC's ongoing investigation. Though the Washington native is eager for a rematch to prove himself, he's not opposed to an official review, one that could not only refine his record, but also deliver the justice he seeks. Judging by his tone, he seems certain that the outcome will be in his favor. He wrote, "Word round the block, y'all favorite fighter is 31-1, not 31-0, implying that insider sources have told him the NYSAC review may work in his favor. If the commission rules against Davis, it could mark his first professional loss since his debut over a decade ago." Roach, aware of the stakes, understands the significance of such a decision. If the fight result is overturned, he would officially become a two-time, two-division champion, having already secured the WBA super featherweight title in 2023. A reversal by the NYSAC would also place Davis's WBA lightweight belt in his hands, catapulting Roach into stardom as the only fighter to ever defeat the Maryland native. Although Roach is optimistic, the commission has disclosed its reasoning behind not ruling Davis's kneeling as a knockdown. A NYSAC spokesperson explained to ESPN that a technical issue prevented them from reviewing the 9th round incident in real time. During the round in question, following the commission's request for the replay video, there was a technical issue preventing the commission from receiving it within the allotted time for review, the spokesperson claimed. This glitch couldn't have come at a worse time. Because of it, the referee's in-ring decision stood, and the fight continued as if the knockdown never happened. Had the NYSAC been able to review the replay, the outcome might have shifted against Gervonta Davis, possibly marking a loss on his record. Instead, it was Roach who was denied his moment of victory. Roach is likely counting on the NYSAC to obtain the right footage, giving the commission another opportunity to reevaluate the situation. Meanwhile, things have taken a disastrous turn for Gervonta Davis. The fallout from the March 1st bout hasn't just dented his reputation as a dominant force, it's also casting a shadow over his legacy.
Didn't get what the decision I want, but we didn't get a loss either, so I felt like I won it, the last couple rounds, so it's cool. Lamont is a great fighter. Hopefully I could get that rematch because I know what I can do in a fight, but it's cool.
On Tuesday, Dan Raffel of Fight Freaks Unite revealed that Greg Smith, the legal representative for Roach Jr., has formally petitioned New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, Executive Director Matt Delalio in a 4-page letter. Smith urged the NYSAC to overturn the majority draw and award Roach Jr. the victory. The commission has acknowledged the controversy, stating that it is actively reviewing referee Steve Willis's contentious 9th round call. According to the NYSAC, technical difficulties prevented an immediate reassessment of the decision, further fueling the storm of reactions. Claressa Shields, who has had a contentious history with Gervonta "Tank" Davis, shared her perspective on the fight's outcome. Responding to a question on whether the bout was judged correctly, Shields stated that the decision could have unfolded differently. Although Davis struggled against Roach Jr., she saw it as an off night rather than proof that he isn't the top-tier fighter. Shields speculated that outside factors, including his dispute with his corner and possibly the oil in his hair, might have influenced his performance. The arguing with his corner and grease in his hair didn't help, remarked the 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Despite the controversy, Shields maintained that Davis remains a formidable and highly skilled competitor. However, considering the judges' scores and the pivotal 9th round incident, she insisted that Roach Jr. deserved the victory. If one judge had Tank 115 to 113, and the others had it even at 114 to 114, I believe Roach won the fight because that knee he took was 100% a knockdown, she asserted. At the same time, Shields admitted it was a razor-close battle. Interestingly, another boxer who had been challenging Davis for a fight, Shakur Stevenson, was pleased with the result. The WBC lightweight champion took to X to reveal that he had made at least $20,000 betting on Roach Jr. When asked by Fight Hub TV who he thought won, Stevenson responded, "Lamont. We're going to see if the Tank fight happens for him. I'm the best fighter in boxing. I've been saying this. I think he got overconfident. He thought Lamont wasn't that good. I told everybody how I thought the fight was going to go, and it went exactly how I said." Stevenson was not alone in believing Roach Jr. won. Multi-division champion Terence Crawford also made his stance clear after the match, arguing that Roach was robbed of victory. Crawford contended that the knockdown should have been called and referenced a well-known moment from Floyd Mayweather's career. In 2001, Mayweather briefly touched the canvas in the 6th round against Carlos Hernandez due to pain from an injured hand. The referee correctly administered a mandatory knockdown count, adhering to boxing regulations. Now, as Roach Jr. and his team pushed for the ruling to be overturned, Floyd Mayweather's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, has weighed in on the controversy. Speaking on the Mayweather channel, the legendary trainer voiced his dissatisfaction with how the fight was officiated. "If you go by the rules of boxing, it was a knockdown. That's what they're doing. They're boxing. So yeah, they're supposed to count it as a knockdown." The 60-year-old veteran also remarked that Roach Jr.'s strike lacked the power to knock Davis unconscious. "One thing in boxing is that there are shots people get hit with, and then there's a delayed reaction. I wouldn't say that was the case here because I don't think the punch was that big. It wasn't a knockout punch. But still, when you take a knee on your own, you're supposed to be penalized for it. The controversy erupted when Davis shocked the crowd by voluntarily taking a knee and heading toward his corner early in the 9th round. Despite what should have been ruled a knockdown, referee Steve Willis allowed the fight to continue. Not only did Willis refrain from starting a count, but he also issued Davis nothing more than a warning. This decision ignited widespread debate among boxing fans and experts. Jeff Mayweather also criticized Willis's officiating errors. I think the referee made quite a few mistakes. Once Tank did what he did, he started an 8 count, but then stopped in the middle of it. And then he allowed Tank's corner to assist him without permission. So yeah, there were a few things that were pretty bad in that fight, he remarked, expressing disappointment in the officiating. Since the bout, referee Steve Willis has faced intense scrutiny over his handling of the situation. Even His Excellency Turki Alalshik did not hold back, taking a swipe at the New York official. While Jeff Mayweather acknowledged that Willis is human and may have been caught up in the moment, he stressed the importance of accountability. You have to make him accountable for both of those situations because that's his job. The backlash from the boxing community has been significant. Claressa Shields took to social media to question the integrity of the officiating, tweeting, "How much they paying the ref? This is crazy." Ryan Garcia was also frustrated with the decision, posting on X, "Lament won that. Not calling that knockdown is the most wild thing I've ever seen in boxing. That type of stuff makes boxing look bad." Meanwhile, Davis has maintained that he was unfairly stripped of victory, arguing that he was the rightful winner. "They took the fight from me and made it a draw because I took that expletive knee. But I landed the most punches in the fight. He didn't even hit me with a punch when I took the knee. I get it though, I shouldn't have done that. But that hair grease was burning my eyes," Davis wrote on X in what appears to be a now-deleted post. As the NYSAC continues to review the fight, the debate surrounding the decision remains heated. With fighters, trainers, and analysts all weighing in, the controversy has only intensified. Whether the ruling will be overturned remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. This bout will be remembered as one of the most contentious in recent boxing history.